All right. Hey, kiddos. So you're listening to this video, so that means you just finished your reading for today. So I'm going to talk you through the instructions for each slide for reading activity number 5. Now, the first thing I want you to be aware of is that this is not homework, but I want you to work quietly and try to get as much of it done as you can, because as you know, I'm just going to give you a little bit of time tomorrow at the beginning of class to finish it and turn it in. It will be due tomorrow after that little bit of work time. So let's get started here. On the first slide, and I'll go ahead and click present so we can see these a little bit closer. I want you to pay attention on each of these slides. So when you have to go define the word and then go find the sentence, look here. Foster is your word for pages 102 to 116. So you know the word foster, the sentence that you need to find is in those page numbers. So each one of these slides has that at the top. So pay attention to that. So you will type the definition of foster and then add the sentence and page number where you found it. It's actually used several times. And then we've been talking about in our objectives that good active readers ask questions. We are a little over halfway done with the book. So at this point, I need you to share 3 of your really good questions that you're asking yourself. Your questions can either be about the plot or the events, what's going to happen with this or that, or your questions can be about characters' choices or characters' reactions. Why did this character say this, do this? Why did this character react that way? Whatever. These need to be capital letters, end marks, complete sentences, and those end marks should be question marks. So type 3 really good questions, and then you're done with this slide. The next slide, pages 131 to 145, your word is muck. And then you remember in yesterday's reading, Keck had to share his big long speech about himself in ESL. So I want you to pretend like you're in Keck's ESL class and you are going to type 5 different facts about yourself that you would share with the class if you had to do that assignment. These should be in complete sentences with capital letters and end marks as well. And you obviously won't be able to do this part with a partner because each of these should be specific to you. They're personal facts, things about you. Okay, the next slide, page 146 to 159, your word is burden. And this one, I need you to be really thoughtful. So this comes from today's reading. If you noticed and you were paying attention, Keck walked into the grocery store and started crying. Like he had this super emotional response to being in a grocery store. So I want you to describe Keck's reaction. So really go into detail and tell me how he reacted when he walked into the grocery store in your own words. And then more importantly, tell me why you think he reacted this way. Then I want you to tell me, does this change your perspective? Reading about how Keck reacts and how he feels about things really makes me feel kind of lame in the sense that we take so many things for granted. So I want you to explain that. How did it change maybe how you think about the grocery store? This should be a paragraph. Capital letters, end marks, indent, 10 sentences, whatever, you go for it. Okay, then the last 2 slides are for fun. Keck mentions that every door or every book is like a door waiting to be unlocked, and he looks at these books as like gifts. So if you make it this far, I want you to think of one of your favorite books. And I do not want to hear, or I do not want you to tell Mrs. Rush, I've never read, I don't like books, books suck, I don't have a favorite book. I mean, we've heard all of those. I don't want to hear it. Boo. No. If you cannot, for some reason, think of a favorite book, you need to just do a book cover for The Giver or Home of the Brave, because I know you've read those because we've done them in class. So it says here, in the next slide, you're going to design a cover. You're not going to go copy and paste one that's already been made. You are going to design it. You're going to need to include the title, and then you're going to write a summary. So this is what the slide looks like. Here's the book, obviously. You would type the title and author here, summarize and explain to me why you love the book, and then just create a really cool book cover. You can do images, add shapes, add color, add text, whatever, but you design what you think that book cover should look like. Okay, that's the whole slideshow. That's everything you need to do. If you have any questions, Mrs. Rush will help you. I do not mind if you group up. to work on this. However, no groups bigger than 3, so groups of 2 or 3. Groups should be separated and spread around the room. There should not be more than 1 group at a table or 1 group standing at the back. Don't be loud. Please be respectful. And remember, this is not homework. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you, Mr. Josh, for being there with the kiddos. And I will see all of you tomorrow.